Sup guys, it's Desrow. Welcome to Replay Thursday episode 8. This week we finally got some replays. I guess people didn't really care about Wings of Liberty. We got about 7 replays. I'm gonna be a noob, and I'm gonna ask chat how my voices compare to the endgame volume. And hopefully what they're gonna tell me is that it's fine and I don't need to restart. But so we have a replay submitted from Schlaffy, and I don't know, the sound stopped for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's because I alt tab. Anyway, so we have a replay submitted from Schlaffy. Oh, it's a 35-minute replays, and then he saw the rule after he submitted. Them people. Oh god. Well, Schlaffy, you're lucky that I'm nice. It's just it's gonna take a while. It's okay. He's I Diamond in Wings of Liberty. He's low master now in HOTS. Just got promoted. Congratulations. Wanted to see how late game TVP pans out in HOTS. Marine Marauder Ghost plus Viking versus Zealot, I Templar Colossus Tempest. Question: how can one deal with Tempest added to the Protoss dead ball? They slowly chip away my army, and thus the Protoss could gain position more and more. That's actually a very, very good question.
Upgrade complete.
It's a numbers game, really. You know, you have Medivacs. You should be able to cause damage with the speed. You should be able to kill workers. You should be able to be up at least one base, really. But yeah, I've seen LGIM seed abuse. I've seen LGIM seed abuse of Tempest, like you're talking about, and it really becomes problematic for the Terran, and you really need good unit control. I feel like your opening is really conservative. So you're not putting any pressure, although it is kind of a big map. Oh, drop down supply. Could it be a bit better? I like that you spread some of your Marines in case of the mothership core. I don't know what he opened with, but he seems to have a... his worker count is fine. You're doing fine. But yeah, see, like, so you're adding a command center now that you're floating. Usually you'd want to go for 3 racks instead of two. But yeah, it's all gonna come down to there's, like, you never want downtime like this. You kind of want to be staring at your factory before it's completed. It's kind of a big deal. You're also short on gas. So you should really add those gases earlier so you can build an armory and go double eBay. I feel like the later you take to go double eBay, the worse it will be for you. Just because of how, like, you know, he's already double forging, and even if they don't double forge, it's really hard. Sometimes I see myself having like a huge upgrade lead. So it's really hard sometimes to catch the shrimmer of an observer. Like, it's right here, but he knows about your and oh, I like, well, you said you were low master, you should know that. Like, the last thing you'd want to do here is to drop like this. You'd want to parachute drop. So what you do is you move the Medivacs, and then you press D, and then you click on the Medivac, and then you press D, and you click on the other Medivac, so that your Medivacs are going to go forward, and the units are going to be pooping out of the Medivacs while the Medivac is flying. Because right now, what happens is you stop the Medivac, so it makes it easier for him to focus that Medivac, and you're also really close to the Zots, while if you would have been pooping units, first he wouldn't have been able to kill a Medivac, then you start kiting, and then the Zots, they don't get that much surface area because you're not dropping in his face. So yeah, that drop went terribly wrong. But you have an earlier base, so I mean, it's not all so bad. The mines, you really gotta utilize the mine. There's a threshold to how much you want to utilize the mines. You don't want to use too many of them. Oh, you lost another. But yeah, I mean, at that point, like, you have to keep in mind, like, did you scan his double forge? You saw his double forge. So you have to keep in mind, like, this guy has no gas to do much of anything. Like, you know, he's not getting range. He's not gonna have any more stalkers after this because he's gonna be making another Colossus. So, like, he can't really, like, come and attack you. So there's no point dropping, really. I mean, you could, like, it was fine to try, but, like, that drop that just died wasn't worth it. You shouldn't have done it. So now you're making a mine kind of late, and you're not gonna get to finish it. But yeah, a mine at the watchtower, a mine at the third. Sometimes what I'll have people do is they'll poke at the third and they'll send like 2-3 mines here, and then you're not looking, and then next thing you know, even if you have a cannon, the mines are gonna kill like half the mineral line, which is about 8 workers. So so your worker, you're about to overmake workers, in my opinion, but your like saturation is like flawless. It's really, really good. So you got that going for you. Like I said earlier, like the double eBay with armory, a bit too late for my taste. Like, he's gonna have 2-2, and you're still at 1-1, starting one weapon. So it's gonna come down to you looking at your own replays, and that's why I kind of tell people that watch my stream. You know, when you're high diamond, low master, mid master, high master, it's mostly about watching your own replays and tweaking things that, like, maybe you know, but yet you don't necessarily do them. So yeah, command center. You haven't tried to drop, but then it kind of gets hard when they get Templar, but that doesn't mean you can't try. So you got a pretty beast army. So your sensor tower, I like that. I don't like the positioning of it, but because I feel like it doesn't catch warp prisms, which could have DTs. It doesn't catch proxy pylons or proxy flanks. It catches the middle. But yeah, that's my opinion. I might be wrong about it too. You know, if you've picked that from another Terran, that was GME was probably doing the right thing. Yeah, that's very nice of you. He doesn't have blink, so anytime they don't have blink, it's good to abuse. I'll go less fast. It's good to abuse of their lack of mobility. Oh, nice try. Yeah, that's a pretty scary army, especially since he's got 3-3 and you're just at 2-2. Oh, he doesn't have an observer. No, he did have an observer. You just missed it. Where was the observer? Oh, the cannon. That sucks. But yeah, like the moment there's no more Vikings, you run with them. The last thing you want to do is like let them die. You lost a few Vikings there, and you know, if they're out of storm, I mean, if you're out of medevac, really, I don't think you should fight. I don't think you should fight because, like, you know, the chance they have like a Templar sitting. Well, he doesn't have any defensive Templar, but let's say like he had a Templar here and a Templar here, and he's scared that he's gonna lose the fight. Then he brings them. Then you don't have medevacs. You're gonna melt down, and even like that guy didn't have any AOE, and you melted down. So you made a lot of command center, but you didn't make a lot of racks. So you know, like cut maybe like two. Cut 2 command centers and go to like 12-15 racks. I don't know the exact number, but you definitely need more racks than that. See, your 3-3 is really late. One thing some Terrans have been doing against me is they'll drop and then they'll just send like units here without a drop. So what they'll do is they'll send like they'll just drop like a doom drop. And one thing, yeah, well, you keep flying into his observers, man. Life is hard for you.
Mineral field.
But doom dropping is a lot easier. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you say you struggle against Tempest, but you're going to the late. Well, that's what you kind of said. You said wanted to see how the late game TVP pans out. The thing is, you weren't geared for late game. You had 2-2. Like, your 3-3 is so late. You didn't have enough racks. And like, I wish you would have scanned his main and see like no Templar, and then just go like 4 Medivac drop, or just drop here 4 or 5 Medivacs drop, and then just pick up and leave. And then with some other bio, or maybe if you have a spare Medivac, then attack his base, attack this base. That's what I've had the Muslim do against me, and it's really hard to deal with it. See, like, if you would have had like 4 more Medivacs here, you doom drop his natural. Like, what is he gonna... Well, actually, he didn't pull back here because he had spare Templars, but yeah. So let's see. So you're making, and you're on what? 1, 2, 3 starport. Yeah, you're gonna need a lot of Vikings. Like right now, 9 is clearly not enough. And you should have just attacked that base. You know, if he's gonna sit here, you should have attacked that base with everything. You gotta, but then I guess I understand. Like, it's kind of scary, and you know, you have a lot of command centers, man. Like, fly to the corner, fly to the corner, fly. Oh, you're flying here. Like, I feel like you're muling, but you see, like, you're on 1.5 base really. So if we look at the income, like, yeah, you went to the late game, but with what economy? Like, you had a lot of orbitals. He's been camping, waiting for his Tempest, and you didn't seize the opportunity to expand your economy. So that's something I want you to keep in mind, really. I don't know what you're planning to do with this, but yeah, you better run. Oh, you did the shift command to run. I see. Yeah, it's mostly you making command centers and not having like that good of an army. The thing is, it's really hard to win Vikings versus Tempest. Like, hard as in like almost impossible. So basically, you made a buttload of orbitals, but you never seized the opportunity to have a better economy than him, and then you barely had any racks. So he had his ultimate army, and you just had a like tier 1/2 army. How to beat this many Tempests, I'm not sure, because I haven't done it myself. But you know, it's kind of hard to answer, really. But I feel like at this point, like, I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 10 minutes, but to me, you've lost. You didn't take the opportunity to You should try to focus the Tempest with the Ghost. Oh. Well, to me, you've lost, clearly. This game is over. Yeah, nice one. But look at your economy, man. You're like a homeless guy. So broke. And so you've made some ravens. Well, you had the spare gas, but you should really, like, I think like during that fight you had like 2 Medivacs. You should have at least you should have at least like 4, 6. Well, now you're making some, but alright, now you're muling. Alright, so you went to 2.5k, but you've got to spend your money. Like, I think you're like not sure what to make, and you're gonna back into Vikings. But like, make Marines, make Marauders for the Marines to, well, with this many, oh nice, I like what you're doing. With this many, what was the observer?
Ready to plunder.
What the hell? Oh, you ran out of energy. With that many ghosts, really? Like, just make mass Marine. The Zots are never gonna do anything. The Archons should melt down right away, as long as you don't get stormed in the face. And like, those Medivacs are already low HP. I'd actually like to see, like in a really long macro game, I'd like to see you make that upgrade, the Caduceus reactor. Yeah. But yeah, I mean at this point, oh, that ghost was in front and got killed. But like you didn't kite, you didn't cloak. Did he have an observer? While the observer was there, you wouldn't have seen the ghosts, and the ghosts were already red HP. You didn't kite, you didn't cloak. Were you max before that fight? I don't think you were. I think I went back to. Yeah, I don't think you were max. You were like confused, and you were confused. Yeah, so you didn't expand your economy when you had like so many orbitals, and now you're not max when you take this fight. So like the fact that you won last fight was quite surprising, but this fight, yeah, we saw what happened. Wow, you won the fight again. Well, almost. Just mix in more Marines, really, buddy. Like, look at your money. Like, you're kind of Bill Gates. You're gonna start helping zoos in Africa. And you lost a lot of ghosts there. I wish you would have scanned and killed the observer. Yeah. Like, I can understand your life is hard, but you made like 2-3 big mistakes. You know, lack of drops. Lack of good drops. And forcing him to multitask. Like, Protoss is the weakest when they have to split their units. And I feel like you didn't truly manage to do that. When you cloak a ghost, always do alt fire. Nice try. No, see, that's the kind of like splitting your units and multitasking I'd like to see. But sadly, you know, at this time in the game, it's kind of too late. That you could have flew like an orbital, like that orbital in the corner much earlier. Like, it's a big map like this. Like I'd love you to just try again, because you have like. You're pretty abusive, which is good, but you missed a few key things that would like change the world if you did them. You're also gas starved. Then Vikings, man. Yeah, at this point it's a slaughter. Well, thank you a lot. Thank you a lot, Schlaffy, for submitting this replay. I hope I was helpful. You know, I'm not the perfect Terran, so the racks count. You know, at the end it was good, but at some point you were floating. Like, the closer you get to 200, the more racks you add. Of course, the orbitals are quite useful for scans and playing the war of like, I snipe your obs and then I get to EMP everything. But yeah, and taking the corners, man. Like, look at his vision. Like, that's how far he went with his scouting probe 35 minutes ago. That's how far he went 35 minutes ago. That's how far he went ever. So just to give you like a perspective on yeah. But yeah, big thanks, and we'll be back